Well, welcome to the 100th episode of the Barber's Arms. Who'd have thought it? Way back in April 2020, start of COVID, we started this show purely and simply really to offer some support to our beloved industry, the barbering industry. Keep people informed and hopefully give people some support really. As much as anybody else, it was for me and Simon as well. It gave us something to do while we were off. Before we go any further, I'd like to thank Trevor Stud and Jackie Holian. It was their baby. They started, this is their idea that was kicked around. They asked myself and Simon to be involved, and what can I say? The rest is history really. 100th anniversary. We never ever in our wildest dreams thought it would get to this point. We started, as we said, as a bit of a giggle. It was a Friday night live show with a few drinks involved, a bit of banter, a few jokes, some laughing and crying and everything else in between. And it just grew and grew into an international show. We've had guests from all over the world, from all four corners of the world. And, you know, we went into all corners of the UK as well, into barbershops, having a little nosy round, having a look at you guys, how you were coping, what we were doing. And it just grew and grew from there. So I'm as surprised as anybody else. You know, we knew we got some winning formula there, but we didn't really quite envisage it being as successful as it was. A few things have happened in between. Lots and lots of things have happened in the last 3 years. The industry now, I think, is unrecognisable from a few different types of areas. You know, how we got back to work, what the regulations were, and so on. But hopefully, you know, it's for the best. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everybody's busy. Early January now, you know, we're as busy as ever. Sorry that we haven't had any more episodes since Salon International, because a few things have happened. I've had a new hip, so I was out of action for a little while. We've had Christmas, obviously, New Year. I saw my partner in crime in Spain over the New Year, which was absolutely fantastic. We had a giggle and a few more beers. Tried a few more cocktails, so we had a little good time there. And then we're back to work. So here we are. We're going to give you some more interviews from the leaders of industry in Salon International in October. It was sponsored by Treatwell. It was the 50th anniversary of Salon International, and they were our partners as well for the BBA. So we got round the show, give you a taste of it in the last episode, and now we did so many interviews. We're having to do another episode to get all these guys in. So have a great time. I hope you enjoy the interviews that follow, and I'll see you in a little while. So here we are, Barber's Arms, getting late in the day now, but we have managed to track him down, this man. Great young man, been on the show already before, Mr. Charlie Baker.
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you, mate?
Very well, yourself? Yeah,
All good?
Very well, thank you.
So how's your last year been since I last saw you? Last time I saw you, you were taking the crown on the stage.
Yeah, it's been very good. It's been very good. So I say it's a year to the day kind of thing with the show. It's been a very productive year for me. Like I say, winning the awards, working with Wall and Simon and the boys. Been a very, very good year. And like I say, just there, it's new news, but I've been offered a full-time contract with Wall, which is
congratulations, sir. Congratulations. So just for our viewers out there, you're from
my shop's based in East Grinstead, so just out Surrey way.
Okay.
Shop's in West Sussex, so it's a very close crossover. But yeah, my shop's based in East Grinstead.
And what's it called?
Studio 93.
That's going all well?
It's going very well, yeah. I've had it for about 4.5 years now. Got two other lads working for me, which is doing very, very well. So just slowly trying to grow and build a brand alongside educating and working alongside.
Do they work for you then? Or?
Yeah, they do, yeah. Well, they're kind of self-employed, but it's done based on day rate, and then they kind of like commission once they take a certain target. So it's not fleecing them for their money.
Okay. So what's going to happen in the future for Charlie then? I know you've just been offered a new contract, well, a full contract, should I say.
Yeah.
How's that going to change your life? Are you expected to travel? Or?
Well, hopefully, yeah. I'd love to, like, not be a global barber, but be recognised globally and, like, work in Europe, or whether it's, like, Italy and work in America, places like that, just to venture out and see the different kind of styles and across the board, and obviously pass on what I know. People may not like it, they may not, but I really love barbering, so hopefully that reads in what I do work-wise, and hopefully get to travel with wool.
And you've always wanted to be a barber?
Yeah, always. I kind of started my career as a typical, I played football for 2-3 years, got injured, got released, and then when I worked for one of my friends in Godstone, he opened up a shop, started sweeping the floor, and I found out, you know, where you realise, like, I'm watching him do what he's doing. I think, well, I'm finding kind of like a passion for that. Went to college, and then the rest is history, really. 11 years later.
So who did you play football for?
I play football for Crawley Town, so no one massive, but
No.
I love doing it. Football's a massive passion of mine as well.
But you want to be a pro football?
Yeah, 100%.
So this was your backup plan then, really?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Or you didn't have a backup plan until you got injured?
100%. Now it was paid off, really. And then I carried on playing, but then kind of think they started to cross over. Like Saturdays, when there wasn't bookings in place, when it was walk-in service, Saturdays were the day where bookings now, if you love what you're doing, you're fully booked every day, which fortunately I am. Every day's a Saturday, so if I don't work on a Saturday, I can make it up in the week. But on a Saturday, it was the busiest day, and football was generally played on a Saturday, so I started crossing over. I need to bring the money in on a Saturday and also get paid enough to play football.
That's interesting you say that. You know, you've gone from a walk-in system to a digital system, so you're taking bookings now. It's funny when you said every day's a Saturday, so wouldn't you class Saturday as your busiest day anymore?
No.
So it's the booking system has just spread all your customers out, so you can do more customers. Yeah. People aren't getting brassed off because they're waiting too long.
Oh, of course.
So it's changed your whole career, your whole way of working, really.
Yeah, 100%. So I've recently had a child 4 weeks ago, so he's a very newborn. So obviously with having a booking system in place and with the lads working in the shop, for me as a business owner, and I can control my bookings, like I've closed my books off, and then every week I release some days for that week ahead, so then I can control when I'm going in. If I'm going to the hospital, for example, for checkups, I can manage my time very well, instead of like I'm working on Tuesday, turn up to the shop and there's 5-6 people waiting. It's stress that you don't want.
And I think with staff as well, bringing me on to, I'm thinking of myself now, I'm very poor at time management, I would say. Well, my lady would say that anyway.
Yeah, they all would.
Because I always want to be at work. I can't say no to anything, really. Hence, I'm working on Sunday here now. But I think it's a really good point that you said Saturdays used to be like, Manic used to be waiting 10 deep in the waiting room, and now that's completely changed. And staff now value having Saturdays off, so it's just a normal day, and they can make it up in the week as well, can't they?
Yeah, 100%. So, for example, I used to open 6 days a week, and then it got to a point where I thought, when there was 2 of us working, I had one of us working Monday, one of us working Tuesday, but then it kind of like, them slower days for like the lad that worked for me, it'd be quiet. There was no atmosphere, so it was quite boring. So I thought, you know what, we'll have Sunday, Monday off as a team, and then we're all in from Tuesday to Saturday, which is quite a common thing now, and I think it works very well. Because you need to have your like work-life balance as well. But for me on a Saturday, now I've got a family, it's nice when she goes back to work, you can have Saturday, Sundays off. It doesn't feel like I need to be on that busy day. My busiest day is my longest day, which is a Thursday, which is 10 to 8. So my busiest day is just like the longer day kind of thing as such. So yeah, it works well. I like my booking system is massive.
On times when you do open, do you open at 10 o'clock every day?
So Tuesday to Friday 10, and then Saturdays 8 till 5.
So did you do that on purpose, just to miss all the traffic, the rush? You didn't like early mornings, what?
I kind of, a bit of both really. Giving that morning to kind of get things done out of the way, because I do think like everyone does it. Like we work till 6 primarily during the week. 6, 7 and 8 are our finishes. But when you get to 6 and you've closed up and it's 6:30, well, you get home at 7. It's like the end of your evening. So I think if you have that little bit more time in the morning, if you like going to the gym or like going for a walk or getting those things done, going to the bank, they open at 9:30.
Taking the kids' school.
Yeah, like overtime, Jesus. Or having that extra hour in bed at the moment. But you can kind of manage it. You can do them little things in the morning. So it gives you that little bit more hour. And everyone's like, can you open early? But then again, I open early on a Saturday. So if you want to get in, it kind of works for everyone. It works really well. And I wouldn't change it.
Most people at work at that time anyway, aren't they? 9 till 10. So you're not closing anything up. And as soon as people know your rota, then it's not too bad anyway, is it?
Yeah. When, like I say, what I'm doing now, for example, tomorrow I'll open appointments for the week. I've got appointments personally on a Friday, so I know if it's at 12 o'clock, I can block out till 12, and then I can come in from like 2 till 7 when I close. So I can manage it without being like stressing or running over, because I don't want to be late. You don't want to be rushing and stressing. You want to enjoy what you do. You've got to have a good enjoyment and work environment for you and your staff and your customers.
Switched on lad for you. You look so young as well, though, mate. You've been in the job.
I know.
So
well, on the 13th, I turned 30, so
30?
2 days ago I turned 30. Yeah, so it's been a busy. Thank you very much. It's been a busy couple of weeks, to be honest.
So you've come to the show. You're not working. Warlock, the team isn't here this year, is it? You're not actually working on stage.
They don't have their stage, no. But like I said, I spoke to earlier. Mick and Simon were on stage earlier, doing their own thing, and the boys. We're all still here. But we're just not.
So you've come down to support the team, but have a look around the show as well.
Yeah, it's shows like this, especially Salon. It's so big, but it's a crossover. It's like the biggest crossover, isn't it? You've got beauty and hair. But I speak to loads of people in the UK and out of the UK and up north, down south from where I live. It's a place where you come and network with people. Like you say, I would never see you because I think you're Manchester, aren't you? Manchester.
Yeah, you're not far from Manchester.
So like I wouldn't see you unless you were here or if I was in Manchester. So it's good to come down, have a little catch up, do something like this. So it works best in both worlds. It's a networking thing for me as well as seeing the brands.
Well, we've had some great names on, some great guests on today, and we've all had a similar thread about collaboration, about networking, about what a great show it is. And, we've come and we're very proud to be working with Treatwell today. They are our sponsor as well with the Barber's Arms. We take it on the road. And it's been a great day. So thank you very much for giving us your time, mate.
No, I appreciate having me on.
You're getting younger every time I see you, man.
It's actually getting longer as well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Right, we'll speak to you soon. Catch you up in a minute.
Thank you.
We're here today, Salon International, with one of my best mates in the industry, Mr. Erik Lander. He's been on the show before. You'll recognise him, I'm sure. Got some good stories about him. He's done another proper good one. So, don't get embarrassed yet. I haven't come to it yet. Salon International, Treatwell, our partners in crime this weekend. Getting late in the day now, so this is probably our last interview. So we'll make it a good one. Erik, how are you, buddy?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I've been better, put it that way.
Well, we'll get on to that in a bit anyway. So for you guys out there who don't recognise Erik from the show, worked with this fella all over the world, known him forever, known his mum, dad, been great friends, but more than anything, totally passionate professional in the industry. Sensei, educator and ambassador.
Yeah.
They're American brand, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, they're a Japanese company, but yeah.
Japanese company, but the brand you work for is American. Yeah. Where are they based?
Pittsburgh, California.
Pittsburgh. So Sensei, fantastic. So I actually own a couple of pairs myself through Erik. Absolutely brilliant. Give them a try, have a look at them. So, how's things in Corby or in Top Spot? How's work?
Yeah, all good, really. Again, I think it's a bit like everything, ups and downs. You have the quiet periods and have the busy periods, but generally, I think people are back at it full swing again now. The salon's busy, but I think we're the same as everybody else, where we can't get staff.
Right.
We're struggling to get staff. So what's happening is that we're fully booked more or less all the time, but we're 2 members of staff, if not 3 down. So, and I think that's standard across the board in the industry, really.
All right. So, because you don't do any training anymore, you came out of as a company training, you don't train anymore, do you?
Yeah. So we stopped that about 4 or 5 years ago, just purely and simply because I'm away more and more and more. So I spend sort of first 6 months of the year almost in America, and the exhibitions are just getting busier and added more. So kind of it's down to me really taking that step back. So we still have the apprentices in salon, still train, but it's through our local college now rather than us doing everything an accredited sector.
And do you think that's a detriment to the company or not?
No.
Do you miss it?
I'm still training all the time anyway, so whether I'm on the road or whether I'm in the salon, we're still working with staff, we're working with stylists. So I'm obviously Goldwell's guest artist as well, so I've worked with Goldwell for 23 years now as one of their guest artists, so I'm on the road with them. I was in Dublin a few weeks ago doing a course there, Goldwell, and then in the academy. And then I think I'm in the academy again in November, just before Christmas, so before it all sort of kicks off.
So London bound, all the training in London now, it's all back to normal since COVID.
I don't think it's quite that way. One of the things that as I say, I've been an educator for Goldwell for 23 years now, and every single course, I do 5 a year, they always sell out well in advance, but 2020, obviously nothing happened with that. And And then 21, again, it was really tough. I don't think a lot of people were wanting to travel. Slowly but surely, things are starting to pick up again. But I still think that people are apprehensive.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Mind you, I mean, the show today, yesterday was a bit quieter, I think, which it always is on a Saturday. We know that, don't we? We've been doing it so long. It's been a good show for Sensei today, though.
yeah, we've been rammed all day. So we've got Maliki, he's over as well. Maliki and I used to work together.
Yeah, I know Maliki.
Happy a skill team. So we're bringing him into the fold, really. We need more educators. So Maliki's kind of next on the list. He's done great. I've had some great models as well. And the sales have been fantastic. So I think it definitely makes a difference when you've got somebody explaining about product, whether it's a shampoo or whether it's a pair of scissors, and how they work, what the benefits are, and basically the different ways in which that we are able to use them.
I think we've become a shopping online, frenzy at the moment. But there's nothing like actually holding something, touching something,
Yeah, absolutely.
absolutely putting it in your fingers and having a look at it.
That's one of the reasons why we demonstrate when we're working with Sensei is that, again, people, they just relate more to a product. When I can give them the product, I can let them touch them, I can let them use it on a mannequin head, they can actually feel how it works, and they can see what I'm doing with the product. So therefore, yeah, we've had a great weekend so far. So,
Oh, good.
yeah.
So we got the pleasantries out of the way, yeah. So just talk me through what actually happened last night, then. I just let you guys know.
To the exhibitors party, I had a drink or two, and then we went to the next bar, had another drink or two, and then I finished early, 11ish maybe, I think. Chris Moody walked me home to make sure I got home all right. Minus my bag, which has got my car keys in it. Well, I tell a lie, it's not got my car keys, it's got my wife's car keys in it. So it's got my wallet, it's got all my cards. We go on holiday next Sunday. So yeah, am I allowed to swear?
Silly sausage.
What a twat.
Well, that's drinking with the big boys, I'm afraid. Thing is, though, you probably had more than me, a couple of more than me, I will admit. You started on stand early, I suppose. But I know it's not a laughing matter, but I got to give you a bit of shit over it anyway. It's not as bad as me picking the wrong case up in Dubai airport that time, is it? You remember that?
I remember, I won't ever forget it.
I threw my bag on the bed and I'm like, I don't lock my case. That isn't my case. That takes it all the way back to the airport. Well, it's one of those things, and we come, we have a look, we have a laugh.
When you travel as much as we do, these things happen.
Oh yeah. But I'd like to have heard that conversation when you told your lady, you need to bring me some keys to London.
Frosty. Well, it actually started off with, what the fuck?
Well, say sorry to Daisy, won't make you go all right, really. You know what I mean? Anyway, so what's on the cards or what's on the horizon for Erik Lander Education?
Well, as I say, I'm off to Thailand for 2 weeks next weekend.
Holiday?
Holiday, time off, and then back into the salon for Christmas. I'm back beginning of November, and then it's fully booked right the way up to Christmas. And then we've got all the show dates for next year. So I'm out in Los Angeles in beginning of February, New York in March, Chicago is April, Orlando is end of May, and they've added another show onto the calendar. I'm really not happy about this one. We've got to go to Las Vegas.
You got to go to Las Vegas. Sin City.
I've got to do a show in Las Vegas. Now, if I can get into this much trouble in London, what the fuck's going to happen in Vegas?
Yeah, but
Seeing The Hangover.
I bet your lady won't let you go there, aren't you? I bet you're taking your lady with you that one, aren't you?
Yeah, because we're flying on her birthday.
Well, here we go. You got to have some excuse anyway, haven't you?
So it's a busy year. We've got all the dates for Goldwell as well. They're in the diary. So we've got another 5 courses with Goldwell throughout the year. So if anybody wants to attend, give Goldwell a ring. So it's a busy year.
Fantastic, mate. Well, I'm sure we're going to have some shenanigans tonight after we finish work. The bar does open in approximately 35 minutes, so I'll meet you out front, mate.
Right, I'll see you there.
Hey, it's been an absolute pleasure. You're a star. You're an idiot as well, but what a plonker. Well, that's looking like a wrap for us at the Salon International 50-year anniversary show. We've had some fantastic guests. We've had some idiots on the show as well. And we've had some great, great conversations. Hope to see you all soon. Straight home. We'll see you in the bar.
See ya.
So here we are again, Salon International. We've got another great guest. We've got Mark here. He goes without saying he's been on the show before. We've visited him at home when it was Zoom, but now we've got him in the flesh. We've just had Errol on, one of your good mates as well.
Absolutely.
You've been doing some stuff just lately with him, have you, as well?
Yeah. I mean, the good thing with Electric Space now, our place in London, is we collaborate with so many people. And I think that's what the industry's about. That's what this weekend's about, isn't it? You know, hairdressers and barbers working together and collaborating with each other.
Well, you couldn't have said it better myself. We were talking, excuse the noise in the background, guys, but I think with Electric Space as well, I mean, we've been down to, it's on Rathbone Square.
It is, Rathbone Place.
Rathbone Place, sorry. You've been doing so much there, the art, all the stuff you've been doing. And you've had the Australian fame team?
Yeah, we have.
They were down there?
We have. It's good how social media works. You've obviously seen it this week. So we
I didn't just throw this together, you know.
There's loads of exciting things happening, and I think for us, you know, I've been doing this now for 32 years, you know, since I was 6, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, my thing is, the more creativity, the more chances to collaborate, work with other people, learn off other people. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. From an Electric Space point of view and electric hair, for all our viewers out there, are we still at 5 shops?
Yeah, so we've got 4 salons. But we and obviously we've got Electric Space as well, but which we see as a kind of separate thing. And we've obviously got our farm down in Sussex where we develop our products, you know, and all of that. We've got some exciting things happening with those this year. You know, I think COVID was such a difficult time, you know, and I think I felt it was the first time since we started where we felt like we took a few backward steps, you know.
Yeah.
I think now, for me, I feel the world's returning a bit more back to normal and we can get out there again.
I think coming from you as well, as a business owner, really, you know, you're out there, you're doing what you want to do, you're in control of your own destiny. For you to actually say that about having a few backward steps, it's a big thing, really, because a lot of people suffered, didn't they? I don't want to go on about the C word.
Well, I think we all did, but I think it's interesting now where you see it coming back, and I think, you know, where our salons are in a few different cities, each city's been different. You know, in Brighton, a lot of people own and operate their own business. It's an entrepreneurial city. Places like Reading and London, big corporate employers. And a lot of those people were saying, oh, well, work from home to all of their staff, which meant less people around, less clients around. But I think that's all back now, you know. And
I can remember you telling me about Facebook offices opposite your premises.
Yeah.
They were like still off when I last spoke to you, I think. Are they all back now? Or?
Yeah, they've got about 2,000 staff opposite us. But all of the time of the disruptions, I saw about 50 people in there, you know, in a whole massive building. But now it's back. It's back to normal. I think this show feels back to normal as well. And
so footfall's increased again back past the premises.
Thank God we can have roast beef again on Sunday soon. You know, it's...
Talking about Falmer Court, I saw Tommy on social as well.
Yeah, you know, it's a few farm animals, you know, why not?
Great stories.
He's... I'm trying to get Tommy's moustache a bit like yours. He's got quite an impressive one, but it's not very symmetrical.
I'll get the clippers out.
Yeah, you can.
I'll get Simon you send you a pair of clippers.
That would be amazing.
Falmer Court, it's a destination in itself now, and you're self-sufficient and almost, it's really important to you, that kind of a bit of growing all your own ingredients.
Yeah.
How did that come about? What was the push over that?
When we started making products, that kind of happened by accident, really, in 2007, 2008. And I was lucky enough to directly meet the chemist. You know, I always think with most hair brands, you've got the brand, and then you've got a manufacturer over here.
Yeah.
You know, because it wasn't in our strategy to make products. I'd met and become friends with this guy that's a major chemist, formulating some of the world's most recognizable brands. And I had an idea of a product that would evaporate. We spent about a year playing around with this formula, still not really for fun from my point of view. And once we had something that worked, he gave me a list of ingredients and said, I want you to buy these raw materials. He had a friend with a filling plant. We went and filled it. So I just assumed that's what everybody did.
Yeah.
But now, that's grown into the electric story, being that we formulate it ourselves, we manufacture it ourselves, we source all of the own ingredients. And I knew some of them could be grown in the UK. We make our own rose oil, our absolute rose extract. So we got into farming as a byproduct, of that. But still, hairdressing is what we do. But
I'm talking to Errol earlier on. I said, when we obviously a finalist again this year.
And he's great. He is a testament to the industry. I think he gives so much. He is all about the next generation. I've seen it with my own daughter, Lila, who's been on stage today. Just from a young age, took her under his wing, mentored her, took her with him on shoots and assisted him. And I see him
opportunity.
I see him doing it with the Fame team, the Australian Fame team, young people in general. He's a very positive man that I think is a testament to the whole industry.
He's just said practically what you just said. He described himself, and he'd never give up. He's never going to stop. I said, would you enter again if you won it this year? And he said, definitely not.
Well, I mean, it's not just a time investment, of things like that. It's a big financial commitment as well to produce that level of work. And I just think, hats off to him. He's one of the people I respect most in the industry.
No, he's a lovely bloke with it as well, though, isn't he?
He is.
Such a giving bloke. I got to ask you, you're growing all your own ingredients. You're doing what you started brewing beer yet or not?
We have brewed a beer. I can't believe you've asked that. We've collaborated with one of our neighbouring farms, is Gun Brewery. We have a borehole at the farm where we bring our own water up, chalk-rich water that we use for the products. And they drill into the same hill on the other side for water for their beer. So we've ended up making a Falmouth Court beer together. Again, that happened in the pub, more or less, and it was a really enjoyable process. And I like beer.
Wow.
Perfect.
I can't argue with that. So what's new?
I'm going to give you some. When are you coming down for a night out?
Well, we keep saying this. I've just started having meetings in London again. We were talking about the whole Zoom thing and everything else. I was in Westminster last Monday. I'm having a new hip this Friday. So it won't be in the next 6 or 7 weeks, I hope.
Well, I'll pop round and visit you with a few cans of Falmouth Court then. That'll help with your recovery.
I'm sure it will. So what's new for electric hair then?
We've got 4 new products this year, a whole new repackaging exercise as well.
It looks great now though.
Well, it's I think there's we've always had this sustainability thing close to our hearts, and before COVID, we were thinking about aluminium packaging. That was our idea. The price of aluminium went 4 or 5 times up in cost. So we've got an ocean sourced PET that we're going to use. We've molded some new shapes for the products, and we started traveling back to America again, where obviously I've run into you a lot over.
Yeah, that's where I first met you. In the States. So we've just started going back. We're in Arizona next year, and we were in Texas this time, and that. So you're still traveling to North America?
Yeah, well, I've only just started again this year. I've been twice, I think, since COVID, and then I was there 2 weeks ago in New York. I'm back at the end of November, back again in January. So we're
all right, might see you then.
Ready to go again.
Bump into Nick Arosia while you're over there.
I didn't, but I did bump into Paul Merritt, who works for him.
All right. Yeah.
And we went and had a night out with Paul. He said this might be living in America, but he said he hasn't drank that much since the last time I saw him, which was 3 years earlier.
We get that a lot, don't we?
I know.
You meet people all over the place. Anybody think we're alcoholics?
Well, once you leave England, I think you get less good at drinking.
Oh, well, that's it. Nick's the same, I think. Last time I had a drink with him, he just said, he says, I just don't want to drink like I did back home, like, you know. And he's a mank as well, so he used to do a lot, didn't he?
Good. We fly the flag well, I like it.
I do. Well, it's been an absolute pleasure,
Gary,
mate.
keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic.
Thank you
Thank you
much.
for inviting me here for a chat.
And hope she does really well in the Spotlight Challenge over there. I think
I was a
must be very proud.
I was a proud dad today.
Fantastic.
Amazing. Good to see you, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time. Hope to see you soon, and we'll have a new guest for you in a little while. Back at Salon International again. We're back on the Treatwell stand. I've got a great friend of mine, which is Mandy Lodge-Stewart. She's come all the way from Yorkshire today. She's down here with the NHBF. She's the current president. So you haven't been on the show before?
I haven't, no.
So,
I haven't been on the show before.
Newbie to the Barber's Arms. Now, I'm really great to see Amanda on here because we haven't had her on before, but the main thing is she is newly president. So when we talk about this, the NHBF has been around for a long time, but I'm gonna let her to introduce herself and give us a little snapshot of who you are, what you are, and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks, Gary. So it's great to be here and a fabulous event that it is. It's packed in here today, which is great. I am Mandy Lodge-Stewart, or most people call me Mandy. I'm the president of the National Hair and Beauty Federation, but I'm also a salon owner and a training academy owner, and we deliver apprenticeships in hairdressing and barbering with the new apprenticeship standard. And also, I've got a barber shop where I've got 4 fully qualified barbers on the shop floor, as well as hairdressers. So we've got a mix, but mainly barbering, which is really interesting.
You've been in the job a long time, and you've got a really diverse actual span of you cover literally everything between you.
Yes.
Fantastic. And where are you based?
Based in Huddersfield, West Yorkshire.
Yorkshire, last here.
Yorkshire, yeah.
So,
yeah.
And about your business, I know you said you've got a barber shop, you've got a training academy. Where do you fit in with that? What's your role in all this now?
I would say oversight.
Okay.
Oversight and nagging.
Nagging.
Helicopter, seagull, nag. That's what I do.
So how much time do you give to the NHBF then? Probably too much, I suppose. Yeah.
A lot more than I ever expected. It's been a big role. I've really enjoyed it, and I've learned an awful lot.
Yeah.
But I've worked a lot, as you know, a lot on the apprenticeship side, on the quality and the standards side, developing the apprenticeships, developing the new barbering apprenticeship, which has just been approved and is now running. So I've been working on that with the NHBF, and also working on a lot of other little sideline projects that we're delivering at the moment. Can I just say, one of the biggest things at the moment that we're looking at is disguised employment, which is a huge issue in barbershop.
Well, I'm going to bring that up in a minute. So that was one of my questions. So you pinched my question there. No, it's fine. As you said, we've worked on a lot of things over the years, haven't we? We've been on a lot of panels. We were recently in London, weren't we, as you said, working for the Department of Education.
We were.
People always ask me, why do you do it? You know, we don't get paid.
No,
we don't get paid. And just get that out there for everybody. Why do you do it? So why do you do it? Why do you so passionate about this?
Being a hairdresser from 16, I left school and started an apprenticeship. I was born to be in this industry. I absolutely love it, as I'm sure you do as well. Everything about it. I love the atmosphere, I love the people. And the sector has changed massively since I started. Yeah. You know, when I did my apprenticeship, I did hairdressing, and then I did barbering. And I did all the wet shaving, I did the whole lot. And then they took barbering out completely. Yeah. So then you could just do your hairdressing or your barbering. You couldn't do both. Now we've got 2 completely separate standards. The employment model's changed. The whole culture of our industry's changed.
Yeah.
Along with the barriers that we've got with employment law and HMRC and this tax evasion and VAT that's impacting the industry. And being a business owner and an employer, it's really, I've got to a point in my career where I want to see our industry continue.
Yeah.
It's a cracking industry, massive influencer.
And I think for all our viewers out there as well, they are going through all these problems that you've just listed. The reason I got into it was because take control of my own staff training, but you know, you think you're going to change the world when you first get in there, don't you?
Flipping hardest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and you're doing it for all the best reasons and the right reasons, but you don't realise how hard it is to get change and to keep it going, that continuity
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
You know, I think, you know, people like yourself who give their time and their efforts, but we need people like that to take it forward and hopefully taking it further as well.
Yeah.
Lots and lots of people that we've been involved with over the years, but with governments as well, they haven't got the continuity, have we? It's so frustrating.
It's really frustrating.
Yeah.
You think you've got it right, and then they change the rules,
Yeah.
and they change the goalposts, and you're constantly moving and evolving to keep up with what's coming and what's next.
Yeah. You brought up about apprenticeships. Now, apprenticeships are a passion of both of us.
Yeah,
We both offer apprenticeships, and as a business, we need that.
we do.
We're having a bit of a rough time, though, really, aren't we, with
It's
apprentices? Trying to...
Easier banging your head on a brick wall than
Yeah.
what we've had to go through. Trying to get those people at the top row to understand what it is to be creative
Yeah.
and to be entrepreneurial
Yeah.
and to be probably dyslexic
Yeah.
and not like to sit and write in a book.
Yeah.
So we just don't fit their boxes, and that's what's the biggest challenge.
Yeah. If there was... This is a good question for our viewers out there. If there was one thing you could change, then, in our sector, in our industry, what would it be? If you had a wish list, what would you...
If I had a wish list, and it's not specifically our sector, I would get rid of the maths and English out, the apprenticeships all day long. That would be my biggest wish list.
That's fantastic. We've been talking about this for so
Yeah.
long,
Yeah.
and governments, unfortunately, they just... One shoe fits all, that's what they want, don't
Yeah.
they? They don't understand that we're creative people. Do
No,
so
absolutely
I
not.
think a lot of people out there will be saying,
Woohoo! Yeah.
fantastic. Whether it'll happen, I'm not sure, but
Well,
you know, here we
keep
go.
pushing and making that noise.
I will say, I was with Amanda. We met once
The
before last.
DFE.
Yeah, DFE last. Was it
Last
last
Monday,
Monday?
yeah.
We were in London. But last time I saw you, I think before that was probably at Buckingham Palace, wasn't
It
it?
was at Buckingham Palace, yeah.
We
which
met
was-
the king,
my
didn't we,
God, that was
Charlie?
amazing. Yeah, we did.
What a great
That was an
evening,
honour.
wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Absolute
an
honour.
absolute
Funny,
Yeah,
and I thought, you know, who on earth do gets us in a place like that?
yeah. How did we manage to get there?
Rubbing shoulders
Yeah.
with physicists and internet
And the
whiz.
champagne.
Yeah.
Like, were fabulous, wasn't it? Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it
But,
was.
so, have you met any more famous people since then?
Do you know what? I don't know. I can't remember. I've met loads and loads of people.
Well, the only reason I was asking is because with your job now, you're travelling so
travelling
much,
all the
you're
time,
doing
yeah.
events all the time.
I am. I'm
So-
talking. I met a cracking HMRC man yesterday that I had a great conversation with.
Oh, but that was
Not-
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it is what it is, but we have to do these things for our job, don't we, as well?
Yeah.
One thing I will say is, from a business owner, and I, you know, I don't want to labour the point or anything, but what would you say is the hardest thing at the moment is running a business? I know we were talking about disguised employment
Yeah.
earlier on. Don't know if anybody out there realises this, but rent a chair, rent a booth, whatever you want to call it now, it's impacting on our businesses because nobody's taking responsibility for trainees and for training and everything else. But just give us your take on disguised, when you brought it up earlier, disguised employment,
I
from
think
an HBF point of view.
if I'm looking from an HBS perspective, sorry, it's really frightening because they're changing the goalposts all the time, and there isn't a clear set of guidance
Yeah.
to tell you whether you're employed, you're a worker, or you're being employed as a disguised employee.
Yeah.
So therefore, when the HMRC come knocking on your door, you've got to make sure that you've got absolute crystal clear evidence to prove that your staff are either employed, they're workers, or they're self-employed.
Yeah.
And that's what they're challenging at the moment.
The thing is, with being self-employed, truly self-employed, you got your own hours, your own menu,
Yeah.
you take your own money. You don't have
Yeah.
to wear a uniform.
No.
All these things. There's a list a mile long, and
Yeah.
I don't think people realise how important it is
Yeah.
to get all your ducks in a row. Really, do they?
But the other thing about this disguised employment is, and I've really struggled with recruiting new staff.
Okay.
I have to say, 5 years ago, my salon was fully employed. Didn't have anybody that rented chairs. And now I'm fully chairing. And that's not something that I've chosen to do.
Okay.
That's just the way that trying to recruit has driven me, because people that I've recruited don't want to be they don't want to be employed.
Yeah.
They don't want to have to follow somebody else's rules, and they want to come and go as they please. So I found that really challenging.
Yeah. We've got a model where they're all employed, they're all PAYE. But I know, I can feel your pain, because
It's been really challenging.
But the trouble is, when they do go rent a chair, nobody takes the responsibility of having insurance, paying their own tax, having an accountant, all these things that are going to come back and impact on them if they don't get it right.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of what I'm doing for the NHBF and for me, because I'm using our contracts. I'm making sure that it's a negotiation between me and the chair renter before they come in. We know exactly what they've got, what resources they can use. They have their own keys. I don't need to know what they charge, when they come in, when they go in.
Yeah.
They can send somebody else if they're off sick to replace them for the day. And that's all negotiated right at the very, very beginning. So I really hope I'm doing it right. But, until I've actually been through a tax investigation, I don't know. Because there's no clear rules.
And if you can't get it right, what's the hope for anybody else?
Absolutely.
Oh.
So you can just do your best.
Yeah.
You can just do your best.
So what's new for you then? What's in the future? How long's your tenure for the presidency?
I've got another 2 years presidency. And then after that, who knows?
Who knows?
Doors are opening all the time.
Yeah,
All the
I
time.
agree. I agree. And what do you think of the show this year? You've been here for 2 days?
I've been here for 2 days, yeah. Brilliant. Really busy day today. A lot busier than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
So,
I think Saturday's International Day anyway.
Yeah.
So most people are at work yesterday, aren't they,
Yeah,
anyway?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and each salon owners did, and salon barbers today,
Yeah.
and then students tomorrow, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Well, that's another wrap for the Barbers Arms. Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Amanda,
Great.
Mandy, for coming in for us. We're here again all the way through the day, so come and see us. Barbers Arms is partnering with Treatwell, great sponsor from the beginning of the year. Thank you very much, and we'll see you with our next guest. I said this before, but I think this will be the last one of the day. We got Andy and Daisy here who are nodding their head that they want to go home. They want to get in the pub.
Yeah.
I'm really, really pleased. We've got our Treatwell ambassador here, George Smith. He's been on the show before. I'm going to introduce him, but we're going to talk to him about all things barbering. So what's happened since I last saw you, mate? I think it's about 12 months since you're on the show.
Yeah, it seems like yesterday, to be honest, that we were here. I was here last year on Modern Barber stage, and at the blink of an eye, I'm back here again.
Yeah.
But it's been an amazing weekend. I think everyone's enjoyed it. There's plenty of business going on, so yeah, it's been successful.
So I've got loads of things to ask you since last time we saw you. You've branched out. You opened a new brand.
Yeah, so we've had a shop open for about 32 years in our hometown of Salisbury, but that was a Tony and Guy. Now it's a family run. It's called Smith England. It's all of our family, all four of us under one roof. And it's been going really well. With the help of Treatwell, it's been amazing. You know, clients coming in, they're all happy, and we're happy. That's the main thing.
So how's that gone down then, working with family all the time, full time?
It has its ups and downs, obviously, you know, as you can
That's
imagine.
a very polite way of saying it.
Well, you know, I think everyone would realise that it's, you know, it's like a roller coaster ride, but any business is the same. And I think the fact is that we've got, you know, my sister, she's sort of the key manager in the shop. My mum's there, she's turnover, she's, you know, 9, 10, 12 clients a day. Exactly. And my dad's sort of the showpiece, you know, he's been there, done that type of thing. And I'm more the social element of it. So all four key components work really well.
I feel your pain. I've done it myself. We're still working with family. I hope to work with my son, work with my dad, my brothers, my wife.
So you get it.
I know, not my wife. I aren't actually married to my wife. So Rachel, I'll apologise there. But she runs our training. It takes a lot. You know, it's a give and take. You know, it's hard, but what you get into it, what you put into it, you get out of it. So
Absolutely.
it's fantastic to have the opportunity of all of you working together. Go on, give us the brand name. What's it called?
It's called Smith England. So it is the surname, but Smith England to, you know, posh it up a little bit. Nice and classy.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, Treatwell, they went in with you when you opened the store as well?
Yeah, so from day dot that it did become Smith England, we were already in the process of transferring over to Treatwell. Tony and Guy made us use another software before, obviously, you know, with their rules and regs. We chose Treatwell just purely because Treatwell is so supportive of everything like this. You know, there any award that we're at, and you know, we met a few times at like things like the BHBAs. So we know that Treatwell were a key person in the game. So, you know, we couldn't have a better person to go with.
You can't throw a stick anywhere now without hitting a Treatwell stand somewhere.
Hey, I know, you know, that's sort of how we ended up with them. But, you know, we see their logo everywhere and we were like, well, let's see what they're about. And from day dot, first conversation, we knew.
Well, what I've you know, experienced with the team over this last few days, they're absolutely top-notch company and great brand.
Yeah.
You talked about the awards. You meet them at the awards. Congratulations on you got the
Current men's hairdresser of the year, you know.
So you got to hand that back over soon.
Yeah, coming up November. I'm sort of dreading it, actually. It's been really nice, and it was, you know, the build up to it, to finally get the win was incredible. I was over the moon. The team loved it. It was something to bring back to the shop. But yeah, unfortunately, I do have to hand it back soon, yeah.
So you haven't entered again then?
I did enter again, unfortunately, not my year.
Yeah.
But, you know, you win some, you lose some. But hopefully next year, be back at it again.
Do you know what's funny? I had Errol Douglas. We've interviewed Errol today.
Yeah,
and I said, you know, it's gone 27 years, I think, without a win.
Yeah.
Not international, counting international awards, but I said, if you won it this year, would you enter in? And he goes, definitely not.
Yeah. It is one of those. I mean, my dad back in the day, when I say back in the day, I make him sound old. He's not old. But back in the day, he was Wales and South West. He won it on the first bounce that he went in, and then he didn't finalise for 8 years.
Yeah.
I don't know how he kept going. You know, surely a lot of people would give up after the third, you know, with the cost of these things. But he came back and then he won it, and now he's a Hall of Fame. So
Errol, 27 years.
I know, Errol knows the pain. Like, if anyone knows the pain, Errol knows the pain. I feel for the guy, you know. You look at Errol's images in the gallery.
I've been to him.
They're stunning. They're stunning. So, you know, Errol's a great guy and he's a great hairdresser. So, you know, good luck to him.
So good for the industry as well. He's a fantastic guy and lovely fella.
Awesome ambassador. Yeah.
So, what's new for George Smith then in the future?
So
what are you heading for?
So this year, what we're doing is my key focus is actually I'm creating my own line of products.
Okay.
They're called Lucky Smithy. That's sort of my tagline, you know. But we're in full flow of development with those. We've got the formulations. We've got backing. We've got investment. So it's just a chance to actually for me to go. I am an individual as well as a family member and a family-run business. But this is for me a chance to maybe branch out a little bit and, you know, provide a good barbering product range for the masses. That's also affordable yet effective.
So this is going to be your thing, is it?
This is solely my thing.
You haven't let Dad interfere whatsoever.
You know what? Actually, my dad. The only thing that he's had to do with it is 4 years ago, and that's how long this has been going on for. 4 years ago, as a Christmas present, I had one envelope under the tree. Meanwhile, my sister had loads of boxes and things. I had one envelope, and I'm sort of thinking, what have I done wrong? But he bought me the trademark. He bought me Lucky Smithy trademark, and that was all I had. So 4 years ago, that's where it started. You know, logos, the rest of it, formulations, and now we're here. So we're aiming to launch in around February. So it's been a long time, but I'm loving the process. I've really enjoyed it, and he's kept himself out of it for sure. You know, but yeah.
So what's the show? But give our viewers out there. What's the show been like for you today then, for this weekend?
Oh, you know what? It's been mega here. It's been super busy. I was on the Modern Barber stage yesterday. Did a nice show. Recreated 2 of my pictures from the latest collection. But you know, seeing some of the guys on the stage today, so much talent in the room. For anyone that's here, I hope they've really absorbed it because I have. I've loved it.
Yeah, it's good, and it's all about collaboration. I keep saying this over and over, but it's about collaboration, networking,
Absolutely.
to meet everybody. I mean, you wouldn't see anybody sometimes, would you?
No, I know. Well, the last time I saw you was on the Project Men.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know, you're up north. I'm back down here. It's like you don't see each other.
No.
But actually, I'm glad that you've come down and we can catch up and all the other faces as well. Like there's so many people I've just said hello to, and you know they're running around hectic, busy, but it's great. I love the vibe. I love it.
just talking about Project Men, when you came up to us, you came up for the shave day for us, didn't you?
I did, yeah. It was mega, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. But would you recommend that again?
Absolutely.
What did you get out of that Project Men?
Absolutely. I mean, I said it on the stage when I was up there yesterday. Project Men for me was actually opening up to other names in the industry. Of course, I train with Tony and Guy. So what you got to appreciate with Tony and Guy, it's their own little bubble.
Yeah.
And it's hard to break out of that, you know. And I see like great talent within Tony and Guy. And of course, them on stage today, it was amazing. What a show they did. But of course, it's actually quite nice to branch out. I think as more of a bit of a barber, as I consider myself, meeting guys like yourself and other guys that Simon showed us, I was like, these are fresh faces, new names, and people to get behind and really see what they're doing, and it's inspiring. So
and you wouldn't particularly go out and find those people, would you? Either?
No, not at all.
Because especially if I'm not saying the north-south divide or whatever, but if you're in your own little bubble in your end, Salisbury or wherever, you travel a lot. But you wouldn't go to Manchester to find training?
No, absolutely not. I think my branch out was London.
Yeah.
And of course, what Simon showed me is actually how much talent there is all around the country.
Yeah.
And that was key for me. And just seeing all these new guys, always taking something from one of their sessions, 100% would recommend it to anyone thinking of doing the Fellowship Project Men. Do it, and you won't look back.
Well, on that note, what can I say? Congratulations,
Thank
mate.
you, man.
And
Appreciate it.
unfortunately, you've got to give it back this year.
Yeah, I know.
I keep saying it.
Don't rub it in.
I'm just jealous.
No, I'm joking.
Good luck with everything
Thank
you do.
you.
I'm sure you'll be fantastic. That's a wrap from us. I think this is definitely going to be the end of the day.
The last one. Yeah.
Thanks, George.
Thanks, mate.
Great seeing you.
Great interviews. Thanks for everybody's time and patience at Salon International. I hope you enjoyed what they had to say. Remember, everything that we've done over the past 100 episodes you can catch up on. We're on all social media platforms. You can catch us on barbersarms.co.uk. Thank you to all the guests that have come on during this last 3 years of our journey. We are going to carry on. Hopefully we will see you at all the shows coming up in 24, home and abroad. We're still traveling, and we will be in barbershops near you very soon. Thanks to everybody for watching. Thanks for everybody who's been involved in the show. Hope 2024 is a great year for you. We'll catch you soon.